Hi everybody out there, thank you for joining me for my very first blog here on YouTube. I am going to be talking a lot about how to build a haunted house, in particular my haunted house. I'll also be giving directions on how to make props, reviews on masks, props, decorations, and anything Halloween. My name once again is Brad Silverstein. I am the owner of A Affordable DJ, which is a local DJ company here in Tacoma, and I'm also a member of Northwest Haunters, which was started by Halloween Hellmouth, who you can look up on YouTube. He has a lot of cool videos. He is out of the Lakewood area, and we're all in the basic Tacoma, Seattle area. So if anybody wants to join us, feel free to give us an email. You can find us on garageofevilnetwork.com, and they have a bunch of people there that you can talk to. Lots of good resources on building Halloween props, or anything Halloween for that matter. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of show you the breakdown of what you need to start your haunted house. So the first thing that you need to figure out is your budget. My budget for the whole year is going to be around $10,000. Unfortunately, I've already spent about $3,000 just to get my barn in shape so that I can have a haunted house. So you'll see that your money goes really quick, but that's my budget. So before you start your haunted house, whether it's in your garage, your backyard, or wherever, make sure you find out what your budget is so you know what kind of props you can actually make. The next thing you need is a location. For me, I'm using my backyard property. I have about an acre for my haunt, with an outdoor facility as well as barn and outbuildings. The other thing you need to think about is parking. I'm going to be using my front yard, which you can see out there. I have about half an acre or so for my parking out by the street. I live on the main street, 224th here in Spanaway, next to Bethel High School, so I don't have people that walk through like a neighborhood. If you live in a neighborhood and you just have it in your garage, then you don't have to worry about parking. The next thing is, if you have people waiting in line, I had about 800 people last year show up, so I had a line of people here. So you need an undercovered area. So I use my carport, which you can see up here. This is my undercovered area, and I just make a zigzag line here, and then I just have a table here, which would be like the receiving line. So this would be the checkpoint where they would pay if you want to have donations. I did donations last year. This year I may actually charge a dollar amount. I'm not really sure because I'm just kind of doing this as a hobby for fun, but it's kind of getting into something a lot bigger than that. So next I'm going to walk you kind of on how I did it. I made a trail last year that came through here. This is my backyard. And this here is not part of the haunt, just kind of my backyard. So I walked people this way, and I used myself and a neighbor as tour guides, and we brought people back here into the backyard. So as you can see in the back area here, I have another, this is an additional half acre here, which used to be for horses and goats. And now I use this as part of my haunt. So what I'm going to have is storefronts of barbershop and all the different storefronts that I want that are kind of creepy. A little church where people are getting married, a hangsman's corner, and then that'll be all outdoor scenes. Because you're using outdoor scenes, you don't have to worry about passing fire codes and inspections and that sort of thing. So that's kind of nice to have that. However, you have to be real careful because if it's raining, then it kind of turns bad. So if you can have it covered, then that also works out pretty well for you. So then I also have my barn, which is right here. It's not very pretty to look at, but this is the barn. It is about 45 feet long and 22 feet wide. And this is the main haunt, and I'm going to take you in through the exit area. So it's under construction. So I have a bunch of different props and masks and stuff up here. So this is our basic barn. And you can see I just put plywood on the sides, and we're going to show you guys how to make it fireproof, because it has to be fireproof to pass code. If you have it in your garage, you're going to be okay, but if you have anything that's really large like this, then it's going to need to be fireproof, because you're going to get inspected or shut down, which I did get shut down last year. And then I used my upper level up there for storage. I just have tons of different Halloween props and things to make my Halloween displays. So that's basically what I'm working with. The other things that you need to look at when you start your haunted house is how many volunteers you're going to have. You need to see how many volunteers, not only that you're going to have working when you have it open, but also how many volunteers you're going to have to help make your props and get it ready in time. So there's two types of props. There's manned props, which could be like someone behind a sparking fence, which I'll show you how to make later on. Or you can have unmanned props, which would be like Halloween Hellmouth has a prop where he has the car that backs up into you that he's making. That's kind of cool. So that's unmanned. So you have manned and unmanned. So all your manned props, you need to have someone there. So before you make a whole bunch of these manned props, you need to find out how many people you have, and then your timeline to figure out how long it's going to take you to make all these props. So we'll get more into detail. I want to thank you guys all for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you guys later. Make sure you guys give me any feedback that you may have. This is the very first blog. On my 10th blog, I will be giving information so that we can have prizes for someone to name my barn. Last year I just called it my haunted barn. This year I want to have an actual name for it, so we will have a contest, and whoever wins it will give them a prize. So thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you later.